Hello again, and welcome to yet another video where we are going to be looking at mortgage calculator and savings. So, what is a mortgage calculator? Um, as you can see, mortgage calculator is used to see how much payment you can do every month for when you buy a house and you want to pay the mortgage, right? The one thing to note is that you have to include the taxes and the insurance you pay in the monthly payment, else your estimated payment will be less and the real payment you have to make will be much more, leading to a shock. This is a very critical step to do before going about purchasing the home. So let's go and do that. So if you look here, your home price is says 300K, and you want to put, ideally you want to put 20%, but usually people put 10%. So remember, you should already have this $30,000 in your bank account, not as an emergency saving, but as something you want to spend for the house on, and you still have some savings. And the interest rate, usually you can leave the default. Loan term again is 30 years, and it includes some property tax, so let's leave it as such. And I'm gonna put HOA as $70 a month. So you can see that you are paying you know $1,787 a month, and you need to make sure that you have this budgeted. If you are paying rent around say 1,600 or 1,700 a month anyway, then this might be a good option to say that, hey, this is not bad, this is what I'm already paying, and also that I have 10% down payment already there. If you think you still are not sure and you want to see how much you can afford as a home, then there is something called an affordability calculator in Zillow, which you can click. And here you can put your annual income. So if your annual income is 70,000, put it there. I'm gonna put 75. And what's your monthly debt, meaning do you have any debts you want to pay? So what I would do here is I would put in my you know uh, credit card debt and your college students loan debt, which you might pay, your car debt, which you have any loan, outstanding loan, whatever payment you have to make. So I'm gonna put 500. The rest is your living expense, and how much down payment you can do, right? So it should always be, down payment should always be 10%. Remember, as I said, down payment should always be 10%. So how much do you have right now in your account? So let's say I have 20,000. Let's leave it at that. So let's see how much it is. So it basically does some calculation, and your loan term is 360 months and things like that. Property tax, insurance, HOA, I'm gonna put 75, right? Yeah, per month. So if you look at this, it says that you can afford a house of 275, 324, 275K, right? That's pretty good. Now let's see how this varies if I change this to say I have 30,000. So not bad. Now that I increase the money I'm putting as a down payment, you can see that you can afford a bigger home. So this is very critical along with your mortgage calculator to know how much of a house you can afford. I would suggest you to do this first, and this is the website. You can go there and check it out. And once you decide on the house, then go back here and put that amount. I think it was 285, so you can put 285, 123. And then what was your down payment is 30,000, so you can put that here, which is 11% down payment, and based on everything else, now you can afford the house. So this is how you want to calculate how much you want to pay for your mortgage and how much of a house you can afford. Great. I'm going to show you one more hack. So this is something called a cost of living calculator. Usually this is used if you want to relocate to a different place. You can use this to see how much more money you have to make or how much less is okay and still affordable. The Bankrate website has a pretty detailed one, as you can see, and let's pick something like say Cincinnati, Ohio. That's where you live, and you want to move to, let's pick something dramatic, right? Let's do San Francisco. Yeah, I know. So let's say you make $75,000 right now, and refresh listing. So When you click on it, it's basically gonna refresh and it's gonna tell you the comparison between Cincinnati and SFO. So, but the difference here is, wow, if you make 75,000, you have to make $145,000. Man, that's a 95% increase. Wow, that's a pretty hard negotiation. But anyway, the reason I want to show this is not to, have fun with, thinking about moving, but basically for the fact that when you do this calculator, Bankrate provides a detailed list of products, meaning your home price, apartment rent, payments, what you pay for your energy bills, even your beauty salon, right? And your groceries and cheese and everything, right? And milk. So it covers most of these items. So the reason I give this is, instead of just comparing to SFO or something else, just look at your area and see how much you're paying. This is an average, so you see where you stand based on the income, where you stand. So, based on the fact that if you make $75,000 in Cincinnati, see if your house price is more or less. See if your apartment rent is more or less. If it's more, see whether you can reduce it. Same with everything else. You can basically compare how much you're spending in each of these categories and try to either match this or reduce this, to save more. This is a good way to basically try to offset your income before you budget. And after budgeting, you can go and check your affordability calculator and your mortgage calculator to see how much of a house you can afford. I hope this was helpful, and please subscribe so that you can watch more videos in the future. I'm signing off. Bye.